Are you scared that your gas tank isn't going to hold up? That you'll actually like stop yourself from getting to certain positions or trying hard or going really hard for a submission? This often happens with things like takedowns. You might be afraid to actually try really hard to finish a takedown because you don't think your gas tank is actually going to hold up very well, or with scrambles. This can hold you back, especially if you want to be more competitive with your rounds. If you have competition aspirations, your ability or your fear that, okay, if I exert too much force, if I try too hard in this position, if I try to finish a submission, I'm going to be completely useless for the rest of the round. So this is what I want to go over. I'm going to go over what qualities do you actually have to improve in the gym, so that no longer is an issue, so that you can go on the mat, you can go into your competition, and you feel very secure and confident that your gas tank is going to hold up. Now, if you're looking for a specific plan, I created a 30-day BJJ cardio plan that you can repeat month after month. It's only 3 days a week. It takes about 20 or 30 minutes to do. I'll put that in the descriptions if you're interested. So when it comes to conditioning, when it comes to this type of conditioning, 3 things that we need to develop our aerobic fitness, because for the very simple point that your aerobic fitness helps you recover fast. If you exert and you try really hard to finish a takedown and say you don't get it, your aerobic system is going to allow you to recover really fast so you can still roll hard and be competitive that round versus being basically so gassed out after that effort that you're useless. Second, with glycolytic energy system, which is the ability to sustain high effort for a long period of time. Those 2 things in sync allow us to really be competitive and go hard with the scrambles, go hard with the takedowns, go hard finishing submissions. And if we fail, we're not completely useless the rest of the round. The third thing is building some type of muscular and strength base. This is super important because if you have a very low level of strength, everything you do, it's like you're redlining all the time. Your energy is going to burn out so quick, and even if you have a good aerobic base, it's going to be you're probably still going to run into some of these problems. All right, and if we want to be confident that we are going to hold up, that we can fight every takedown, that we can fight every scramble, that we can go for a submission, we don't want to be. And this actually happened to me. A guy came up to me. He's like I just go so hard with my chokes, and I just burn out, and I feel like I almost get the submission if I could hold on a little longer. This is the exact situation that we're talking about and that we can prevent. So if you can relate to that, make sure you watch the full video. So the first thing is we want to build the aerobic base. To do that, we need to do low, moderate intensity cardio, because basically what happens is that we're going to increase the size of our heart, so your heart can pump more blood to your muscles to recover, to have better endurance more efficiently. And instead of like pumping fast, it can, instead of being forced to pump fast to deliver that blood, if that makes sense. So to do this, we need to do slow, moderate intensity cardio. Usually you'll get better at adaptations if we do something with low blood pressure, meaning like sometimes people do like a strength circuit for cardio. It's better if you go on some type of machine, like an elliptical, air bike, rower, whatever you really like, and just maintain a moderate pace for about 20 to 60 minutes. Now, a good rule of thumb is that you should be able to shut your mouth and seal your lips, and you should still be able to do this. If you have to open your mouth, you're probably going too fast. If you wear a heart rate monitor, usually this is keeping your heart rate somewhere between 120 and 150, but that's going to depend on your age, on your current fitness level. The second thing is we want to build the glycolytic system. So what we're going to do this is with basic old-fashioned HIIT. Now, with HIIT, I prefer things like air bikes, rowers, skiers over, say, things like maybe like sprints. And sprints are great, but I'll tell you why I kind of like the machines a little better. Or doing like burpees, or sometimes people do HIIT with burpees, jump squats, or even kettlebell swings. A lot of these things are good options, but the reason I don't like that, we can't really track it. But with like an air bike, for example, if you're doing intervals, you can track how fast you're going over time. So for example, it's like if your sprints for your air bike, you're at like 70 watts. And in 6 weeks, now you're at 80 watts. Now you can sustain higher outputs longer. And those are things that you'll probably start noticing on the mat as well. Because if we can kind of look, if we can have numbers that we can track and try to improve on each week, that's going to be a plus. Just like we do with lifting weights. Again, not that you can't do some of this glycolytic work with things like, so we want to do something like this, 10 to 20 seconds all out as fast as you can. Then you go slow, do some active rest for between 40 to 60 seconds. And we might repeat that between 4 to 12 times, okay? Now, the third thing is strength training. Now, if you don't care about building loads of muscle, you just want to build a solid base of strength because you know that's going to improve your cardio. This template is going to work really well. Just pick one lower body exercise. Could be a squat, some type of squat, some type of deadlift, some type of single leg variation. And then you're going to do 2 upper body exercises. One for an upper body push, like a press, push up, and then upper body pull. So that would be like a row or a pull down or a chin up. And just focus on hitting those maybe 2 or 3 times a week, trying to build strength over time in the rep range of like 5 to 10. And then in between your hard sets, you want to make sure that you're resting between 2 or 3 minutes, and I would probably do between 2 or 3 sets with each of these movements. If you do those 3 things, you improve your aerobic fitness, you work on your glycolytic fitness, and you improve your base level of strength, you're going to feel very confident going to the mat knowing that you're not going to gas out, that you can fight those scrambles, fight those takedowns, and you're going to be completely fine. So I hope this was very helpful. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos.